Hi everyone, I've gathered a crew of four, well, including myself, I guess, DMs to answer what do they really like that the players do. So let's start with you, Fred. What is the trait that you appreciate most in your players?
Well, I have to say, really simply, I just want them to make my life easier. As a dungeon master, there's a lot to do, and it would be nice if they actually make my life easier rather than harder. And there are some things that players can do to make that easier. Um, Probably one of the ones that I can sort of highlight is it's really good when you get a player or all of your players are willing to be a dungeon master just for a little while so you can take a break. It doesn't have to be much. Uh, a one shot is fine. They don't have to be brilliant at it. In fact, they don't even have to be good at it. They could be complete garbage what they're doing, but I don't care. It just means I don't have to be a dungeon master for a little while. And the benefits too to me for somebody like that shows they're not selfish. I find that's a really good sign that it's a really strong player. Some of the best players I've found are ones who are willing to make your life easier, willing to take on the role of dungeon master even for a short period of time, and they understand you a lot more because they kind of had to do it themselves. So I like that kind of trait where they are willing to sort of make your life easier.
Yeah, you can really tell when a player has been a DM versus a player who hasn't been, right? And it's so helpful to have someone that you can just ask for, please take over for this week. Run your one shot if you know they have one in advance. I have a player like that in my campaign, and it's been a gift, truly.
In my opinion, the best thing a player can do is be enthusiastic. Apart from turning up on time, that's like the core. If you can turn up on time, then you're better than 90% of the players I've played with in the past. But I think that if you're showing enthusiasm and you realize it's a collaborative storytelling process, it's not just one person hogging the spotlight. If everybody gets the chance to shine and don't be afraid to step back and let the other player have their moment, because the other players are going to have their moments when it's their time. And as a DM, I think that sometimes people can get a little bit railroady, but at the same time, you want to give them a little bit of a direction. If you leave the campaign too open, it can diverge into just tangents of like a tavern management simulator instead of following the main quest. So it's about finding a balance. And I think that the more you play with the players, the more you'll get to know each other's idiosyncrasies. Like if one person is more shy, you can kind of let them take their own time, take their own pace. But if someone wants to hog the spotlight, then sometimes just let them go at it, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely true. And so from the player's perspective, pay attention to what the other players are doing, and let them either have the spotlight or lead the way. So to make progress, is that like the sentiment that I'm getting there?
Yeah, I mean, it's the closest analogy would be it's like a play. Every person has the role to play in the telling the story. So yeah, I think that trusting each other to give each other time is what I'm trying to say.
That's great advice. Folkred, what do you like that your players do?
Bring snacks. Now, so first of all, I totally agree with both of your points. Being cursed with a forever DM curse, I totally agree that I would just love to hand over the wheel to another guy for a while, and I can't I can't force them to do that. I've been trying for years, and actually, I just annoy them with questions like, "When are you gonna do this? Come on, run a game." And I managed to make a couple of players run a game in the past years. They started sort of a campaign, and then I stopped asking like, "Okay, let's gather up," and they just stopped. Not enough initiative on their side. They're not crazy as me. So I think the the most important thing for me is when a player, understanding then from a player that we're in the same team and our goal is to create a great story, because that's not always the case. And it's far from being universal, but if I get a player like that in my table, I value their willingness to cooperate. And it includes a lot of things like paying attention, which is like not always the case, staying true to their character and to the world, and basically helping less experienced players to do all that. Yeah, that's my perfect player.
That sounds like a really good player.
Yeah.
Awesome. So a lot of tips here. My personal take on it is that I love it when the players engage with the other players and can encourage role play between them. So I really love it when when two characters are trying to figure each other out or give each other the spotlight and kind of give them opportunities to share their backstory or learn more about their characters. I really love when players do that. I also I really love world building. So whenever a player is interested in the world and wants to explore it, I would automatically love that player more. So thank you, three, for joining me today. Let's do a round and you all tell me, where can we find you on the internet? Fred, where can we find you?
Surprisingly, I'm on YouTube, How to D&D. My name is Frederick Wheeler, and yes, I am on Facebook and Twitter and other places, but I don't really use them that much. YouTube's the best place.
Awesome. Reach, where can we find you?
I've got a YouTube channel as well. It's called Rich Merry, nice and simple. And yeah, I'm doing videos about subclasses and more of the mechanical design side, but I do like to DM as well. So yeah, can't wait to get a comment from you there.
Excellent. Volkert, where can we find your content?
I've got a channel called Lutz and Dice. It's obviously about Dungeons and Dragons, but also I composed my own fantasy music and uploaded there, so you can use it as a background for your games. Also, you can find me on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and we have a Discord server, which is really fun. So please join.
All right, I'll make sure that all the links are below this video. So if you want to check these other fine folks out, you are free to do so. And until next time, friends, you are awesome. Keep being awesome, and we'll see you beyond the screen. Bye.